All right, if you're a parent in Florida, you know exactly what I'm talking about, that nightly homework routine. Sometimes it feels less like learning and a lot more like a battle, right? But what if we could totally reframe that struggle? Today, we're going to dive into how to turn homework from this huge source of stress into a real launch pad for lifelong success.
Yeah, that probably hits a little too close to home. It's that feeling, the kitchen table becomes a war zone. And suddenly, you're not just mom or dad anymore. You're more like a drill sergeant. And all that precious family time just gets lost in the crossfire of some frustrating math problem.
Look, if you're nodding your head right now, you are so not alone in this. This is a shared experience for so many families all across the state. The real question is, why is it so challenging here? And more importantly, what can we actually do about it? So let's get right into it. The first thing you need to know is that this pressure you're feeling, it's not just in your head. It's actually rooted in the very unique, very demanding academic landscape we have right here in Florida. Florida's education system is, well, it's intense. The standards are incredibly rigorous. And the big standardized tests, they aren't just about memorizing facts anymore. They're all about complex problem solving and critical thinking. And get this, the curriculum is often shaped by Florida's biggest industries, like aerospace and tech. So our kids aren't just learning facts, they're being challenged to think like future innovators. Now, you throw in a hugely diverse student body with tons of different learning styles, and it becomes pretty clear why a one-size-fits-all approach to homework just isn't going to cut it. Okay, so that's the why. It's tough out there. So what do we do about it? Well, the solution really starts with a huge mental shift. We've got to move away from just chasing the right answers and start focusing on building genuine understanding. And here's where the rubber meets the road. I mean, look at this. When the whole goal is just getting the answer, what do kids learn? Memorization, dependence. It's a total short-term fix. But when we shift the focus to understanding the why behind the answer, now we're talking. We're building critical thinking. We're fostering real independence. This isn't just about tonight's assignment. It's about setting them up for long-term success. So how do we actually build that understanding? Well, one of the most powerful tools is something called the Socratic method. It's kind of the secret sauce. Instead of a tutor just saying, okay, the answer is X, they'll ask questions. They'll say, what's the first step you think we should take here? Or, that's interesting, why did you choose that formula? It's all about guided discovery. It empowers students to think for themselves, and when they get to the answer, they truly own it. And you know what? This way of learning does so much more than just improve grades. It actually builds skills that are absolutely essential for success long after they've left school. We're talking college, careers, and just life. We're talking about the real prize here. These are crucial life skills. Things like time management, actually being able to juggle a tough schedule. Organizational skills, which are key to avoiding that last-minute panic. And maybe the most important one of all, self-advocacy. That's a superpower. It's knowing when you're stuck and having the confidence to actually ask for help. And this is how those big, abstract skills become real, concrete actions. You take a huge, scary project, and suddenly, it's not so scary anymore. Because the student learns this process. First, create a schedule. Then, break the whole thing down into smaller, bite-sized tasks. Keep your notes organized so you can find what you need and know how and when to ask for help. These are the real-world skills that successful adults use every single day. And all of this, every single one of these skills we've talked about, builds the one thing that might matter most of all, confidence. Because let's be real, so much of the homework battle is really rooted in anxiety and just a fear of getting it wrong. True learning requires a safe space to mess up. It just does. When a student isn't terrified of making a mistake, they're so much more willing to try new things and take risks. A tutor can provide this non-judgmental zone where they celebrate the small wins and build that positive momentum. It's about replacing that feeling of dread with the satisfaction of, hey, I figured it out. And the result is, well, it's a game changer. It's like a seesaw. When a student gets effective, understanding-focused support, you see their homework anxiety plummet. And at the exact same time, their self-confidence just soars. And you know what? That newfound confidence doesn't stay at the kitchen table. It follows them right into the classroom, leading to more participation and the courage to tackle even tougher subjects. Okay, so we've talked a lot about the student, but let's zoom out for a second because ending the homework battle isn't just about their grades. It's about restoring peace for the entire family. This is really an investment in your whole family's well-being. Think about the ripple effect. When a tutor steps in, your stress level goes way down, which means those nightly battles just stop. And what happens then? Family harmony improves. You get to go back to being a parent, a source of encouragement, not a homework enforcer. And that transforms your home back into a positive, supportive place for learning. Honestly, think of a great tutor as a bridge. They're this incredible connection between what's happening in the classroom and the support that's happening at home. They create a truly cohesive team that's all on the same page, all working to help your child succeed. They can even give you insights into your child's learning style that helps everybody work together that much better. So let's end with this thought. By shifting our focus from just answers to real understanding, from quick fixes to long-term skills, we can do way more than just get the homework done. We can turn that nightly struggle into a daily opportunity for growth, for confidence, and ultimately for success. It's a change that can really redefine the entire learning journey for your family.